What do you get when you mix a controversial F1 boss, a team principal exit shrouded in a scandal, a mid-season driver swap, and a team with no direction? You get Alpine. A team that seems to be spiraling so fast, it's hard to tell where the chaos ends and where it begins, but today I'm going to try and go through it. While other teams are fighting for podiums, making progress, and getting ready for 2026, Alpine are too busy fighting themselves with no clear team direction, management shakeups, dropping a rookie not even halfway into the season, and the return of a man who was banned from F1 for organising one of the biggest scandals in F1 history. Alpine are a very unserious team right now. Alpine's team principal Oliver Oakes resigned just a few months into the season, with him stating that it's for personal reasons, but it's now come out that his brother, William Oakes, was arrested for serious financial crime charges tied to alleged fraud and money laundering. This happening at the same time is a bit sus, and I'm not sure what's really going on, but it's a whole mess. This seems like, to me, it's early damage control from Alpine rather than anything else, and I'm sure this is not the end. We will hear from this. Now, the man who is of course ready to replace his duties is no other than Flavio Briatore. I'm surprised that he is even allowed to walk into the paddock again, never mind run an F1 team again, but somehow he has worked his way back into the spotlight. Flavio returned to F1 last year acting as an executive advisor for Alpine, whatever that means, and honestly it seemed like he was the team boss without the name of having the team boss. But now with Oakes leaving, it fell into place for Flavio to manage the team officially again. This seemed more like a gentle introduction from Alpine more than anything else. Like, it just seemed inevitable, like, let's bring him in quietly and let things settle, and before you know it, he's the face of the team again. I don't know, it just seems all a bit sus to me. Anyways, I think the team's leadership has been messy for years, and I don't think a team principal has lasted there for more than, a couple of years at most. And I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes from Renault's boardroom. What is their plan for this F1 team? To me, they kind of seem half in and half out. Just looking at when they decided to stop being a works team for 2026 onwards, they couldn't seem to make up their mind, but eventually they did, and they will use Mercedes engines going from 2026, which I think is probably the best decision for them considering how they failed to build a consistent engine since the hybrid era began, and I really wouldn't have trusted them to deliver anything promising for the new engine regulations incoming. Alpine have had a consistent history of underperforming, especially in the hybrid era, and it's kind of sad to see where they are now. And honestly, this is a bit off topic, but I kind of hate the Alpine branding in general. It's not for me. I want to see the Renault branding with the iconic yellow back on the grid. It was just so beautiful. I get why they do it, it's to promote their Alpine sports cars or something like that, but come on. I would just love to see it again, but I doubt it's going to happen. Anyway, that's a bit irrelevant, I just wanted to go on that tangent. But I think what is more concerning is I think it's starting to look like the beginning of the end for Alpine. It just looks like a team who don't know what's best for themselves or what direction to go in, and that is a recipe for disaster in F1. With Renault basically backing out and giving up their works team status and throwing back in Flavio Briatore to try and relive the past, I guess, but I'm not sure that is going to be of much luck. In my opinion, it just reeks of desperation. And it really wouldn't surprise me if Renault sell the team soon. And just when you think Alpine's drama couldn't get any messier, they go and get rid of Jack Doohan just after 6 races. I mean, seriously, and I thought Red Bull were bad enough. This is someone who's been loyal to Alpine for years, sat on the sidelines, did the simulator work, waited his turn. He finally gets his chance in 2025 and Alpine gives him 6 races before kicking him to the curb. It's madness. And yes, Jack has had his struggles this season, no points, 2 DNFs, but just look at the car. You can't tell me that the team gave him the proper tools to succeed. Alpine are barely competing in the midfield right now. No consistency, no stability. You drop a rookie into this kind of chaos and then act shocked when they don't perform. And I think Jack has had it out for him since the season started, with constant rumours that he will be replaced by Colapinto. With that, how is a rookie expected to learn and develop with the pressure knowing that if he doesn't perform straight away, he is going to be replaced? It is just shocking management from Alpine, and I really do feel sorry for Jack, and I hope that this isn't the end for him in F1. He deserves so much better. And just another point, it's not exactly like Pierre Gasly is lighting up the world in the Alpine either. It's clear as day the car is bad, and maybe they should focus on fixing that instead of what they're doing right now. But anyways, they decided to replace him with Colapinto, and don't get me wrong, I really do rate Franco Colapinto. I think he showed some real talent with his outings in Williams last year, and I do wish him well, but this all just seems like Alpine already had this lineup in their head. They signed Colapinto as a reserve driver for this year, and he was a name on many teams' lips. Many teams were considering him, so it's obvious that Alpine weren't just going to keep him on the sidelines, and I'm positive this was always going to happen regardless of Jack's results. Alpine are calling this a evaluation that is for 5 races, but I don't think this is the test. This is Colapinto's seat, I'm almost certain. In fact, I put money on Colapinto being in the seat permanently for 2026 because as talented as he seems, I'm sure there is a sponsorship deal in there somewhere too. And I get that Franco is marketable, he's got a huge following already in Argentina, but unless he has an absolute nightmare, I'm talking about starting at the back every race, he's not going anywhere, in my opinion. You can swap drivers all day, but if the car is slow and the management is in chaos, it won't matter who you put in the seat. I wish Colapinto the best of luck because you are going to need it in that team. And honestly, all of this just makes me think of one thing. Oscar Piastri. That man dodged a huge bullet. I'm just thinking back to when Alpine tried to announce Piastri as their driver without locking him down properly, and then he tweeted saying that I will not be driving for Alpine. At the time it was a bit controversial, but now it looks like one of the smartest moves of his career considering where he is now with McLaren, and he's on the right track to win a championship if things continue like this. Piastri's out there winning races and getting podiums while Alpine are in this mess, and he must look at that team and think, thank God I didn't end up there, and I bet he's glad he fought to get out of whatever contract Alpine thought they had. Yet again, another example of Alpine's incompetence. Anyways, I think it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds for Alpine going forward. I really don't have much hope for them, but I will be watching from the sidelines, and I guess we will see how all this pans out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video, even if you don't like it. Maybe you could help me out. It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate all your guys' support. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I always love to read everyone's different opinions on things. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.